In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the FreedomFriends podcast. What the hell is going on, everyone? It is once again time for the FreedomFriends podcast. Woo. Sitting across from me, the lovely grandpa, Scott. Next to him, Jazz, looking like a snack over there.
I think we should introduce ourselves from now on.
John Simon's the sexiest of the sexy. And sorry, I'm not better looking. It's Mikey, the talent Fahey. How are you guys? What's up?
I'm still laughing at the fact that Scott's like, I think we should introduce ourselves from now on.
I'm only good looking from the waist down, Mikey. Sorry.
And Jazz is just like, I'm happy with it. I like that. That was good.
Looking like a snack. What's up, fellas?
Everybody likes Lay's Thin Crisps.
Right? Could be me. I'm thick with 2 C's. Mm-hmm.
Over there looking thicker than a snicker.
You're so woke.
So woke.
I don't even know if I use that word right.
I don't know. Am I using that correctly? I don't know.
You're woke and lit, fam.
Fuck it, I'm taking a nap.
That's so woke. That's so Raven. Is Raven a thing?
Word.
God.
That's still a thing, right?
Yeah.
I think we just try to tell everyone to steal second and the current.
That seems
just
right.
an Astro speak.
That sounds right. Well, before you fall asleep, how was your weekend, Scott?
Weekend is good. Put in some long hours on Saturday, which is okay, and then Sunday did a little date day and went drinking and had a
4 o'clock dinner at Luby's.
Ate a good restaurant.
You're not gonna get that discount. The early bird
Country
special.
Kitchen buffet is closed. What the hell? Where are we gonna eat? In bed by 6. You're an animal.
I thought I was a loser. I went to bed at midnight.
Oh god.
Yeah.
If you don't know Luby's, you don't know ARP.
That's I agree.
So
do you remember a couple years ago when they had that Justice for Chad's Wife thing at fucking Cracker Barrel?
No.
Like Chad's wife got fucking fired, and somebody saw like Chad had like, my wife worked at this company for fucking so long, and then they fired her one day, and then like the internet took over and did like Justice for Chad's Wife or some shit.
What? Because she wanted her Cracker Barrel stars.
It just
back?
became
like,
memes though, dude. It was fucking amazing. It was the internet at its fucking finest, man. It was great.
Dude,
Nice.
fucking
I
the
must have
waitresses
missed the
at Cracker
internet
Barrel
that
walking
point.
around like they're fucking
Patton.
general of the army, just fucking like 5 stars across the front of
Shit
them
hanging
and
down
shit.
their
And I'm like,
knees.
what the hell's going on here?
I'm kind of the minimum flare kind of guy. So
We did a
Good pull. That's
The
good.
Nazis made the Jews wear flair.
Yeah. Hey, wow.
left field, but okay.
On that note, John, how was your weekend?
It was great. Didn't we do a little justice for?
There was, but we can't talk about it.
Yeah,
It's very hush hush.
it's redacted
It's redacted.
for now.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we can talk.
That's gonna be such a good episode.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a good 5 episodes.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
and then it's gonna be a constant running joke.
Yeah. It's gonna be awesome.
My weekend was great. I built a thing.
Another thing?
Yeah, but it was a thing to hold some stuff in my house.
Oh shit.
out of pallets. It actually turned out really good. I built it just on a whim on Sunday, and then
It's a radio show, man. Pictures aren't gonna help.
I know it is, but I want to show you guys just
Gotcha.
because I'm a fucking
Oh shit!
fancy
Look
as
at you,
fuck.
fucking fancy.
Ooh,
Right?
look, a table.
Yeah, and it's like burnt.
It's got a top on it.
hit it with the thing.
It's got 4 legs and a top.
That's what
built
John's
this-
trying to say is he
built
built the
the thing-
table
he
and he
built the
burned it with
thing.
the torch. Give it that flame look.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
That looks great.
He built a thing to hold some things, and he
I like
hit it
how you
with a thing.
transitioned to that straight after the Cracker Barrel thing. You're like, look, I made a rustic thing.
It's rustic. Yeah, it could
Yeah.
it could hold up and crack.
Now you just
You
need,
could sell that at Cracker Barrel.
now you just
probably
need one of
could.
those triangular
I
puzzles
put it
with
out
the golf
front with
tees.
the
and shit.
fucking rocking chairs.
Yeah.
Triangle puzzle, yeah.
Yeah, a
And
little
then-
triangle
and-
puzzle with
and-
the golf tees.
Yeah,
some
absolutely.
checkers on a rug.
and some weird shit fucking in some weird.
Checkers on a rug. You
Rubber
know what I'm talking
chicken.
about? Those fucking checkers on a rug.
Yeah. Fucking A. Fucking
And
nice.
some fucking vintage candy that nobody's heard of.
Right? Like, people actually buy that shit?
Went there with my grandfather
Fucking
one time. He was like, I've never
Simpsons.
heard of fucking any of this shit.
The
I
last
was
time
like,
I went to Cracker Barrel was with you, John.
Yeah.
In Lincoln, Nebraska.
I will, however, say
That was the last
I'll
time.
eat the fuck out of some Cracker Barrel.
yeah, dude, I fucking love me some Cracker Barrel.
Up until they stopped serving breakfast. If they just went
Yeah.
breakfast all day,
Yep.
Yeah, that's all we had.
they would fucking be
I've
rich.
never gone there.
No.
No.
Because
why would
you only
Why would
realize
you?
that Cracker
Yeah.
Barrel's a thing before 11 a.m.
Yeah.
After that, it actually just deletes from your mind.
They're
Dude.
open after 11 a.m.?
and
Hash
Apparently.
brown casserole.
and you order
That shit
anything.
will fucking change you.
Anything that you order has to have the gravy, like the chicken fried steak.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is
the
either.
biscuits and
All of it comes
gravy,
with it.
Yeah.
the hash brown stuff.
Yeah.
Could I have the Eggs Benedict
with gravy?
with gravy on it?
Fuck that hollandaise shit. It's too fancy for Cracker Barrel. I want gravy on it.
Gravy. If you could bring me a Caesar salad with
Cream
gravy. Yeah,
The
the
cream of that
gravy.
really, really
fucking cream
large
gravy.
woman that made me squirt gravy.
Come on, John.
How about you, Mikey? How was your weekend?
What'd you do? Did you go save like cats and trees or donate stuff to like starving kids in Africa?
Nah, man, I was working. I was out of town. I was at
He
Fort.
actually did a bone marrow donation from his spine.
Yeah. Donate spinal fluid for some kids.
Yeah, you know, but I don't think they want it. So what is this spine? What does this
Sir,
spine fluid smell like? Bourbon,
we stole your identity, and you can have it back.
right? No, I was working. I was working all weekend. I was in Fort Gordon, Georgia,
Playing Army.
playing with the Army boys. Yeah, man. The Mammoth Sniper Challenge. I was out there for that. I know we had Tim on the podcast a few episodes ago, and he talked about it. And I went out there and kind of worked it, and it was fun. It was a good time. Me and Justin, my traveling partner / our producer, we were out there together, fucking around and sleeping on fucking cots and shit. And some
roughing it.
Yeah, roughing it. No, dude, it was nice. It was very nice. Like MWR catered it and shit. That schnitzel was fucking bomb. What? Okay. So there was one fucking downfall to the weekend. It was this fucking guy.
This guy.
Georgie.
fucking guy.
Georgie's about 6'2".
Is he from Georgia?
No, we're just calling him Georgie
Oh, okay.
because that's actually less offensive than his actual name.
Okay.
So he's about
Bob or whatever.
so close to it, yeah.
Oh.
And he was well acquainted with your wife because she had to be stuck at a fucking target point with this fucking
Was
guy.
he a shooter?
He was the RSO for a spot.
Oh, just kidding. Okay. I was gonna say I know a shooter that attended that has
About-
had some issues in the past at matches. So
About 6'2", easily 400 pounds, amazing set of tits on him.
Nice.
Amazing set of tits. Like to walk around barefoot everywhere, to include the public restroom that was in the fucking lodge we stayed in.
no, that's
It was
normal.
fucking
No, it's not.
gross, dude.
Just
It
for
was
this
fucking
dude
gross.
and fucking 2008 Britney Spears.
And,
Those
like-
are the only two people that have ever done that.
Match made in hell.
And the funniest part was
The
that
same
every
haircut.
morning,
That's the crazy part.
every morning he would get into his truck next to Caitlin, and he'd be like, "Oh, there's my sandals. I lost them. You found them yesterday too, bro." The next morning, "Oh, there's my sandals. I lost them." It's like he had zero interaction with the human world outside of his little world that he lives in on top of a mountain in the backwoods of fucking Alabama. Fucking
I thought you
that
said you were in Georgia.
he was from Alabama.
Oh.
But that he was a lot. He was a lot to take in.
Love you, bro.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
400 pounds is a lot to take in.
Dude, he needs to calm the fuck down. So, Georgie, if you're listening to this, I'm not saying your name, but if you fucking listen to this, dude, you need to fucking relax.
And you know who you are.
Dude, like,
Keep
you're
on keeping on without them
a
shoes, too.
fucking lot, dude.
Fucking
You are a lot to deal with. But,
Blackfoot bathroom dweller.
yeah, dude, it's fucking gross, man. Like, it grossed me the fuck out. I'm in there trying to brush my teeth, and I look under the stall, and there he is, barefoot, taking a shit in like a puddle of piss.
He's going to pee on his
Like-
foot. See what he does.
Ugh, dude. I was just like, fucking act like you've been there. And by
Well-
there, I mean civilization fucking anywhere.
How
like
else
a
do
public
you-
space. Fuck.
How else do you take care of a jellyfish sting?
You're not getting jellyfish stung on Fort Gordon, Georgia.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm trying to justify the barefoot in the bathroom thing.
But yeah, so that was Georgie. Other than that, it was pretty good. I learned that snipers are dog shit with pistols.
Well, they're snipers.
Yeah, but if you're ever gonna fucking battle a sniper, get in close.
Get
You got a
within 20 feet. They're fucked.
Yeah, you got a much better fucking chance, dude.
Now,
So,
so were there a lot of what was the ratio from actual active military or some sort of reserve guard military teams versus civilian teams?
I would say 60-40, maybe even more than
Military
that.
more than civilian
Yeah,
teams?
yeah.
So how
or
did
at least
the-
veteran.
Yeah.
Probably 80% veteran.
How did the
Veteran or active
Yeah,
duty.
yeah.
Yeah.
How did the military stack up to the civilian shooters as far as skill level?
They lost. Civilians
They
actually
lost,
won the whole
actually. The
competition.
civilians won the competition. There was two
It's
guys
'cause they
that
have
won
better
the
equipment.
competition.
Yeah.
Well, these guys all ran personal
that we
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they
the
weren't
two
out there
guys
with
that we,
issue gear. Everybody was running personal
the
rigs.
two guys that we interviewed.
So I don't want to hear the whole like,
There-
oh,
there
this
is
is
one.
equipment
Well,
fucking. No, they just sucked, and the fucking civilians won.
Yeah.
Like,
No, they were probably still running 308 because, like, until you get out of the military for a little while.
They were rocking 6.5.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
most everybody out there was rocking 6.5s.
there
and
was so
308s.
much 6.5 there,
There
that
was a-
my wife, who knows nothing about calibers, was like, fucking everybody shot 6.5.
Yeah,
there. Like,
there was a lot of 6.5, a lot of 308. There was a couple fucking. Oh god!
Caitlin was telling me there
What
was
the
several
fucking
5.56
loud ones?
shooters, and I
There
was
was
like,
there was a couple
that's
5.56
bold
shooters,
move.
and they were not having a good time.
Yeah.
They were not winning anything. Mostly it was primary. For the most part, the primary weapon was always a 6.5, and the secondary was usually a 308.
Yeah.
That's usually how most teams rocked it.
Like,
You know.
and then bolt and semi-auto.
Well, most of them were both bolt.
Okay, all right.
I personally think that a gas gun would have performed a little bit better. There was a lot of malfunction out there with the bolt guns.
Yeah.
There was a lot, and
That's because you're walking through dirt and the sensitive triggers and shit.
It was eating up fucking time, and I honestly
Yeah,
think
but
that
there
a
was
gas
also a
gun
lot of, because
might
I
have
saw
been
the
a better-
footage after they came
better
back. I reviewed
move.
it all today, and there was a lot of dudes that were just like fully extracting the bolt, or the bolt was just like fucking falling apart on them and shit like that. And I think a lot of this is like, you've done all of this crazy precision work to these rifles, and so they become, you've worked them to the point where they've gotten like over fragile, and now they have to go live for 3 days in the field, and the gun's just like, I can't do this.
This kind of goes back to what John and I say about like PRS, where it's more of a game,
Yeah.
and sensitive equipment's kind of okay because you're not really doing anything, versus the practicality
Yeah.
of actually being in the field and
Rucking
having
12 miles in the
durable-
rain and then throwing your weapon in the
Yeah.
dirt to get the shot. Those crazy precision fucking, Tony was in his garage hand milling all your shit and whatever. Probably not the best thing to take to the field.
Fuck you, Tony.
Yeah.
Tony's an asshole.
Fucking Mike and I were talking about that earlier today, and I was like, I know that sounds all well and good when you're on the forums talking about like there's only 3 bolts in existence and you have one or whatever. I'm like, call me when this is all fucking CNC controlled so I know it's fucking reliable. Like,
Yeah.
let's go with reliable over fucking.
Yeah, like I got behind a gun the first day. They were out their BZO range, and they had like targets out to like 660, 700 for their BZOs and stuff. And I got behind one of the guns that Vortex had out there, like demo gun. He had like a couple thousand rounds he had to burn through, so he was just like, "Hey, hop on." So I just got some shots in, and I was fucking headshotting at 660 with it. I mean, it was an impressive piece of gear. But he was like, "It's not really a competition rifle. Like, it probably had a 2-pound trigger. It was nice. It was definitely a fucking nicer than any fucking rifle I own. But it was like their demo gun. And they were all 6.5s. It's fucking beautiful. There was a couple guys out there. I asked if there was any 338s, but I guess Lapua aren't allowed.
Yeah.
It's too big.
They'll blow through the steel.
Yeah,
sometimes,
it was too big for the competition. The highest they think they got is they had
300 Win Mag or
they had
7 Mag.
I think 300 Win Mag was the loudest one I saw. Man, that was the biggest caliber I saw. Was a 300 Win Mag. There was a couple of those guys, but for the most part, 6.5 was the caliber of choice out there. Yeah. But it's funny is because, and I said it today. I was talking to Jazz about the same thing. Is these guys put like $4,000 into a fucking precision rifle, and then they grab their Glock out of their nightstand at home, and they wonder why they fucking suck with a pistol. It's like because you're used to squeezing nothing.
Most long range matches don't have a lot of pistol.
Yeah.
So
He's had a pistol.
So here's the thing, though,
There's a
about
pistol
Mammoth.
point at almost every single spot.
But here's the thing with
that
Mammoth
match
is
PRS.
it's not like Mammoth
zero.
hid the fact that you were going to have to shoot a pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And most of these sons of bitches have been registered for like going on a year.
Yeah.
a lot
So
of
it's
these
like-
guys just aren't good at shooting pistols.
You
though.
knew you were going to have to do this, and you still showed up with like your fucking drawer gun, and we're like,
I'm
this'll fucking work.
I'm gonna
Like,
go with 1 of 2 reasons why they suck. One, they just suck.
Oh, they were all over the
right?
fucking place.
2, they put all their money into their bolt guns, so they got a factory whatever. And go back to reason number 1, they just suck at shooting pistol.
Yeah.
Like, it was rough. And then there was some stuff, like, even Caitlin noticed it. And like I said, she's just kind of getting into shooting sports and stuff like that. She came back, she was like, out of all the competitors there were 3 dudes that had optics on their pistols.
Yeah.
Like, nobody else was running optics on their pistols.
Yeah.
And she was like, and without a doubt, every time the guys that had optics on top of their pistols were burning through the pistol stages so they could spend time on the rifle stages. Because it was almost always like, shoot the pistol first.
That sucks.
For minimal points.
Yeah.
Right? So it was like 5 rounds of pistol.
Because it is a sniper competition, so the
Right.
longer the shot, the more points.
So, like,
sure.
You'd have a stage where like each shooter could earn 30 points. But like 5 of the points were available on the pistol part of it, and then 20 to 25 points of it were available on the bolt gun
Did anybody
part,
just
like on the
leave their
rifle
pistol
part.
holstered and go right to the
No, 'cause
rifle?
you had to
part?
go
No,
through
because if
the
you fail to
motion.
engage, you
see.
MDQ.
Yeah.
But these guys would go out there, and because they weren't comfortable with the pistol, she watched it, and she
There
was
was
like,
one
they'd
dude who
spin.
just mag dumped. He just fucking dunk, and fucking cleared it, dropped it in the bucket, and went to his rifle.
Yeah.
But she said she saw it over and over and over again. There was guys there that were taking all this time to try and get the points out of the pistol, only to find out that this 4-minute stage that they had, they dumped 3 minutes into trying to get these 5 rounds out of this fucking pistol accurately. And then they had a minute for where all the points were and the weapon that they were proficient on.
Yeah.
But then they'd run into the whole, well, I brought out this great, like, when it's controlled on a bench and great weather and all clamped in and stuff, it performs like a beast, but when I have to throw it in the dirt and then like just fucking have a sandbag underneath it and fucking fire it, it breaks apart. So then they get weapon malfunctions and they've got like 90 seconds to engage this target for the max amount of points and shit like that. And it was
I'm not gonna name drop anybody, but I heard that there was an ex-Navy SEAL that got DQ'd on the first day.
Yeah.
There was.
Hold on to your weapon.
There was.
You drop your weapon. You lose positive control of your weapon in Mammoth. It's an automatic DQ.
Yeah.
You're done.
Somebody.
If you AD,
and I won't say
it's
the
an
name, but-
automatic
No, I don't
DQ.
want to say any
but
names.
somebody.
There's an ex-Navy SEAL.
And a former Navy SEAL.
Former Navy SEAL.
Fucking flopped off his ruck and it caught his fucking shitty. He had his weapon in a shitty holster and it just fucking
No retention. It
and
just popped the
fucking
weapon out.
flung that bitch in the air and landed in front of him and they looked at him and they were like, "Fucking have a good one, bud."
That's not mine.
he was just like, "Fuck." Like, he knew. He was
Yeah.
like, "Son of a bitch."
Karma's about a bitch because he's in a position where he gets to do horrible, mean DQ things to other people for
Yeah.
failing to perform, and now he
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that probably didn't
What
feel
goes
too
around
great.
comes around.
Yeah, so,
There was a few match
Pretty good.
DQs. There was another guy, ND. We had an ND guy went to set his fucking rifle down on a crate, and that thing just went pop. It was like right fucking. He was just looked at the guy and was like, and he looked at his partner and was like, "Sorry." 'Cause he knew he was like, "Sorry."
the fucking RSO just walked in and was like, "Stop! Whoa!
You know-
Check
Yep.
the weapon," and then just looked over and goes, "That's match, boys."
Yeah.
I was like,
It'll happen, and I'll own up to it. We shot a match in Utah, and I had an 80, or an ND, whatever you want to fucking call it. But the thing about it is when you're shooting in competitions, most of the time you're not allowed to even put your bolt forward and down until you're on target.
Yeah.
And so we're shooting off these fucking tank traps, like the things you see in Saving Private Ryan that
Yep.
are like the X's, fucked up positions. So I'm in this fucked up position, and I'm on target, and I put my bolt down, and I go to transition as we're getting low on time. And so when I put my bolt down and I slid my hand to get on the grip, I mean, we're running fucking 8-ounce triggers.
Yeah, sure.
I clipped the side of my trigger and it went off. And luckily, like, if this was the target, I know it's an audio show. If the target was here, I hit like, I don't know, 1.5 feet below the target. So it just looked like I was
At a
off.
good distance. So it
But it was
wasn't.
at like 600, 700 yards.
Right.
And so, like, and
So
I
you-
knew right away. And
you
it was
knew.
like, bam, it went off. And I saw the impact. And I'm like, oh, that was close. And I kind of, the corner of my eye, looked at the RO, and he didn't fucking do anything. So I pulled the bolt back and moved to my next position. And I was like, like I should have been DQ'd.
The funniest part about that was watching the video of it, because the dude fucking sets the round off, and he's like, "I'm so sorry, bro," and whatever. And then the RSO's like, "Well, you know, it's bound to happen. It's happened to," and he goes, "It's happened to all. Well, not all of us, but I mean, it's possible. It happens."
Happens to everybody.
And I was just like,
Oh, not everybody.
I was like,
Not everybody.
So does that DQ the team?
"Yeah, you're
Yeah.
done."
Oh, that fucking
was match.
sucks.
So, yeah,
that-
because-
that's a match DQ.
And you could kind of tell when he was going to set the weapon down and stuff, because he had that like.
Hopefully it was
he
one
was
of the
holding
first
it this
days.
like weird waddle
there
to
was
go
one
set
other
it down.
team that like didn't clear their fucking pistol. They left like their round in the chamber and shit, and
Yeah.
they dropped it in the bucket, and they were like, "What are you doing?" Like so those guys got DQ'd. There's a few, nothing crazy. I mean, it's Mammoth. You know, anybody who's interested in doing it though, start rucking.
It's a stress sheet.
Start rucking.
I mean that's
the guys who won the fucking ruck, the last ruck. They ran the 5.5 miles with their gear. They just fucking booked it. It was some fucking Aussie dude and his partner, and they just fucking booked it.
More points on your ruck times. You get more points on your while you shoot.
Both. It's a combination
very
of
balanced.
both.
Is it like 50,
it's pretty balanced.
50-50?
Like
so you can't just like rock the fucking shots and be like,
and then just like
my foot. You gotta put me in the game.
No, because if you're any slower than an 11-minute mile, you're not going to make it. You won't make time.
Because each ruck is timed at a
it's not just complete
pace.
the ruck. You have to do it at a certain pace, and if you don't hit pace, you DQ.
That's cool.
Because it's considered it's failure to complete the stage, so you're done. So yeah, it's one of those things that like, hey, look, you can go
spend. The ruck is
spend.
Considered another stage.
You can go spend a year on the range.
That doesn't matter.
And be amazing, but if you can't fucking hump it, then
if Georgie was a competitor,
and he could fucking put a round out 2 miles.
Yeah,
but that boy can't climb a hill with a backpack on, so you got a fucking problem.
Yep.
So if is it like a 100, like on the ruck part? Is it like meet the standard, get all the points, or is it like prorated for your time?
You get a certain amount of points for your time.
Okay.
Yeah. So the faster you do it, it does.
The more points
so like
you get.
there's like and
there is an incentive if you're the first back on the ruck, then you get to choose your shooting order. Which means you can rest for a little while and be like, I'm going to go fucking sixth.
So, because you go out in squads. So it's like a squad of 8 teams.
So does your whole squad have to complete the ruck
before
at the
you move
same
on?
time?
No. So it's just.
I'd have been like, let's go, shitbag.
No. Just you and your
partner.
It's just you and your partner.
Yeah.
But you do operate in squads in order to control the stages and stuff. So that's not just the whole 9 yards. But like, so if you finish the ruck first and you can just be like, no, we'll shoot the stage last. Because the squad shoots the stage. So, like, you don't go to that next shooting stage until the squad has completed the ruck.
Okay.
So if you're first and you can go, like, we'll shoot the stage last.
Yeah. Then
you just get to, like, drop your pack and fucking chill
Catch
out.
your breath and chill and,
And, so, yeah, I mean, there's more strategy to it than I think people think about when they're heading to it. And they're like, I just have to be able to walk and shoot. And it's like, there's actually a bit more planning and strategy to this kind of competition.
And then each stage requires some planning and strategy as well. You know, I mean, so and you could tell the guys who would fucking who were well trained. Like there were some group guys out there, like that. First of all, they didn't miss with the pistol. Yeah. That was my first fucking thing. But they had a plan, automatically. Like instead of fucking taking a weird awkward knee behind a sawhorse to shoot, it's like nope, pack went off, boom, sat on the pack comfortably. You know, shit like that. By the time he was done, other guy was already on the move. He scooped his shit up, went up and moved.
Right,
They fucking got all their points.
The guy who finished fourth is a buddy of mine, and he put a before and after picture up on Facebook, and then a little post about how he thought the match went, and he pretty much said that it whooped his ass. Mainly because of the ruck part.
It's not easy.
The shooting's not difficult.
The beginning picture, is him and his teammate, and they're sitting there and they're smiling. And the end picture, they're sitting down, I guess wherever the finish line was, and they're both just have this miserable fucking look on their face. And he's like, the end picture doesn't do it any justice in how we felt.
So I mean, it's.
Let me see it. I'll tell you if I talk to him.
I've talked to Tim a lot about Mammoth and the direction he wants to go with it and the goal of what Mammoth is and all that kind of stuff. And Mammoth is, first and foremost, it is a sniper competition. But it's literally called the Mammoth Sniper Challenge.
It's designed to break you the fuck off.
Yeah.
But the thing with it is, and I think the guys that excel there, the guys that excel at Mammoth understand. There was things like they were asking guys like, well, why did you put an optic on your pistol, stuff like that, and the answers were like, the rules didn't say I couldn't.
They said I couldn't.
So these guys understood that you were given outlines that operate as restrictions, but unless you were told you can't do this, there's nothing stopping you from doing it that way.
Me being the fucking sadistic asshole that I am, I was talking to the command sergeant major of the post. Was like, hey man, how hard would it be to get a gas chamber for next year? Run these bitches to a fucking chamber. Go through the chamber, then do mills.
Oh my god, that'd be great.
So a lot of that stuff is.
Are they known or unknown distances?
They're pretty
semi-known.
Semi-known.
Do they give them a?
Yeah, in the brief. In the brief,
tell them how far.
They tell them.
Yeah, so it's both. So sometimes like you're told like it's at this distance. Other times it's like best guesstimation and stuff like that. Because there were guys there with that.
It is pink.
There were some guys there that had the loopholed glass that has the rangefinder like built into it, and everybody recognized it and stuff, and they were like, "Turn that off."
Yep,
like you can't run the rangefinder.
Oh, that sucks.
Stuff like that. Like so, and then there were stages where it says like you have to shoot offhand unsupported.
Yeah.
But then there were stages where like you just have to engage that target. So if that meant you like fucking wanted to throw your ruck down and use that to support your weapon and
throw my
fucking
rifle at it, and if it hits it,
yeah, like it just. I mean, like there was some stuff where there was restrictions. There was some stuff where it was just you figure it out. But the whole idea of Mammoth was to adapt and overcome. So however you can complete it, that's complete as long as you don't break the certain restrictions.
So let's go full circle with this, with the adapting and overcoming. We all went through our weekends except for Jazz, and Jazz had a very interesting weekend because his
my lady was at Mammoth, and I was not.
And so I had a conversation with Jazz. I think it was Friday maybe, and it kind of went along the lines of, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do this weekend because I don't perform well by myself.
Fucking lost. I've become so acclimated to having her there like all the time that when she was
dependent,
when she was gone, I was just like,
I had half a bag of chips and watched some TV. That was my dinner.
Like, and that literally was. I was like, she left my first dinner. I like got home and I was like, huh. So I like ate half a bag of cheddar and sour cream ruffles and like drank a beer and then like went to bed. Like that was my whole night.
Jazz like just standing there, like he got done with the chips, he set them down, and he's just like standing in the middle of his living room and like takes a sip of beer and he does like 5 jumping jacks. And he's like, that's fucking boring. He like walks into another room and he's like looking around, like, what can I do in here?
That was kind of it, dude. I kid you not.
The funny thing was, at one point, Justin texted you. And you answered him back like immediately. And it was like, it's 3:00 in the morning there. What the fuck is he doing up?
Yeah, so one of the downfalls to my wife's workout routine is she gets up at 4 a.m. to go, so she works out with her workout partner at like 5:30 a.m. So she gets up at 4 for some godforsaken reason. So she gets up at 4 and like she gets up and she gets dressed and she goes out. She like has some breakfast and she like sits and just kind of like, I guess, gets going or something and then goes and works out. So now I've been like trained.
You're just acclimated to wake up. Like that internal
she gets up
clock
at 4.
just,
yeah.
Yeah.
And it wakes me up every day. Like every day she gets up at 4, it wakes me up. And I wake up, I confirm that it's like her moving around at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Even on the 0G?
Even on the 0G.
On the 0G bed?
Yeah. So, well, because she likes to fuck with me. So, like, we'll fall asleep with it in 0G. And then, like, she wants to roll on her side in the middle of the night. So she'll flatten the fucker out. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I bought this fucking movable bed. Is so I can sleep on it flat. Like, that was the fuck. But
should have got 2 twins.
I should have gotten the double sides, man. I fucked up. Should have spent the extra money.
That's how they fucking get you, dude. That's how they get you. I guarantee you, your next bed that you purchase,
it's gonna be the split side.
Yeah,
fucking A.
You're gonna be like, fuck, man, I'm not dealing with this again.
I should have done it inside my 90-day fucking sleep guarantee thing. I've been like, fuck it, trade it out. I want the doubles. Like, fucking bring me the 2 mattresses. But,
I guarantee you that happens more often than we think.
Yeah, I fucked up. But yeah, so she was gone. So it literally took me like 2.5 days to kind of like get back to being like self-sufficient because she spoils me. Like that's the thing.
What did she think about the calluses on your hand?
No, I used lotion the whole time, man, so it was fine.
So what did she think about your soft hands?
She's appreciative of that.
She was like, oh,
hey.
Got into my Vaseline.
Why do you smell like chamomile?
Vaseline intensive care, huh?
Yeah.
Joe London would be proud.
It's the Jergens fragrance free.
There you go.
No, it took me like 2.5 days to kind of hit my stride of like
Jerkins.
They should have. They fucked up.
Of like being self-sufficient. And because she spoils me, man. Like I don't have to think about shit. Like she does it all fucking for me. So like I had food in the house because she fucking got on like she had all the food delivered.
HEB delivery.
Yeah, she had all the food delivered for me and shit. Like I didn't have to think about shit, and I was just like, fuck. So like I did. I sat around and like fucking watched Star Wars and shit like that.
Hey, you home?
Literally
you got
on
a pizza coming in 20 minutes.
Thank you.
On Saturday, I literally drifted from 3 different rooms that I have TVs in and watched the same show. I just kept like changing rooms because I was just like,
What else do I do?
I think I'm gonna go hang out in my nerd cave and watch it in there. So like, I just did the
You should
trigger.
put, like, all
I
your-
just did the trigger on one of my rifles and shit like
You
that.
should
Like,
put like all your VR shit on and just go like stand in the hallway and just wait for people.
Yeah, right?
Just fuck with them. Like,
But,
sir, what are you doing? Like, shut up, I'm bored.
yeah. So I didn't leave the house all weekend. Like, I didn't leave the house till it was time to go pick her up.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
yeah, I did laundry. Like,
It's a good weekend.
it was pretty great. Like, I'm not gonna
my favorite
complain.
thing to do is nothing.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
not
yeah,
gonna
my favorite thing to do is not put pants on.
Well,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Saturday, my Bill came over, so he came and hung out, and we like had some drinks, smoked cigars, and
I don't know
stuff
who
like
Bill
that.
is, but cool.
yeah, you do. He helped us build the first thing.
Oh, Bill. Yeah.
Yeah, that Bill.
Okay.
Yeah, you know Bill.
Yeah, I just haven't heard about Bill in a long
Yeah,
time.
so he came over, and
Bill's a good guy.
Yeah, Bill's a life.
we drank bourbon, smoked cigars, and fucking talked shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Bill
Then he
brought a
left.
chop saw from the other side of town, pretty much. Got paid in cigars and loved every minute of it.
both good people.
Yeah, Bill's a good dude.
Super good dude. His wife's awesome, and he's got 2 great kids and stuff like that. He's a good dude, and Army vet, good guy.
So a couple other things that I kind of want to bring up, see if we want to talk about. One is Iran, obviously, and the lack thereof of what I thought was going to be.
Thought we were gonna dance, man.
Yeah,
it was fucking
You
nothing.
know, I even sent Mikey a text. I'm like, hey,
He did. He said, he's like, hey, for real, hear anything about contracts?
yeah, you hear anything
keep
about
a brother
those?
posted.
Let me know. And then what was the other thing I was going to bring up?
As far as Iran goes, the biggest thing that I'm most disappointed in is our media here in this country.
Well, yeah, that's
Our
fine.
media
not a new
and their
development.
and their
Well,
their,
just I think it was a
Well,
nail
like-
in the coffin.
well, like the plane crash that they shot fucking down, and then they admitted that they shot down, and then our media still refuses to say that it was a fucking.
I love
They,
they
shot
it
down a flight full of their own fucking people.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And
I love that
it's somehow
Canada
it's
wanted
fucking
nothing to do with anything.
it's somehow it's our fucking
Until
fault. But Canada's mad at us.
I know.
Like it's our fucking fault. Well, you killed that dude. Oh, you mean the terrorist? Yes, we did. We
Yeah.
fucking killed
yeah.
him.
So
yeah.
then they shot down a plane of their own people.
So it was
Yeah.
our
Fuck
fa-
does
it was
that have
our
to-
fault that a government that has access to nuclear fucking weapons shot down a civilian airliner. Why? Why did they say they did it? Oh, because of human error.
Yeah.
I think the whole world needs to be like, okay, Iran, we're gonna put you in timeout
you
for
know
like
what?
20 years.
Here's a
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Like,
just killed 177 people
on accident.
oops.
because of human error.
Yeah.
Well,
Fuck you, dude.
Fuck
Like-
off.
To level this a little bit, we, out of human error, did shoot down one of their airliners like in 1988.
We
Yeah,
did.
that's true.
Yeah.
We did.
It's true.
Yeah. But
It's true.
was it human error?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we make like
We
leaps
owned
and
it though.
bounds?
We owned it. Said
Yeah.
we're sorry.
Did we make
and-
leaps and bounds to make sure that never would happen
Yeah.
again?
Yes,
Sure,
we
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
And I hope they did.
But on that
too,
same
but
note,
I
if we're
don't
going to talk
think
about
they
the
did.
80s, I'm pretty sure that motherfucker that we schwacked is also responsible for the death of quite a few fucking Marines at that embassy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
That was very much
Just a
them,
couple.
Yeah.
and we kind of let that slide. And it's been like 20 fucking years of them fucking pulling
Long,
shenanigans.
1979.
Yeah.
That's when they started playing fuck games.
Yeah, and
You know. So, I mean, I don't know. Just the lack of honesty in our media, just. It was worse than normal.
Look,
and I know it's been bad
the
in
fact of
recent
the matter
times, but
is that
fuck.
that since we now refer to it as media and we do not refer to it as news,
Yeah.
and that kind of tells
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
everything you fucking need to know.
It's true.
Because do you know what else is
literally-
classified as media? The Marvel Cinematic Universe is media. All right,
It's better news than the news.
So
Yeah.
if we're just gonna go on,
I believe
media,
that more.
I'd much rather watch Marvel.
right?
I
If-
believe that more.
If media
What are we even doing here?
is just fucking, it's all just fictional storytelling. It's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are far more worried about selling commercial space,
Yeah.
which means that they have to hype you up
That's
so
because,
that you fucking
and-
listen
and
to it.
honestly, it's because fucking streaming services have almost
Yeah.
bankrupted fucking like
So,
mainstream
and not
TV.
to sound too conspiracy theory here, but 24-hour news services are owned by major corporations. They're owned by places like GE and
Yeah.
like
that like
like-
to make a profit for
yeah,
their
that like to
shareholders.
make a profit for things that they own. So if you are shocked that the wonderful echo chamber news service that you subscribe to, and you can enter whatever the fuck one you want in, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, none of you are watching fucking fair and balanced news.
No.
It's all fucking media. You are buying the propaganda so that you will watch commercial space that they get paid for. And the more you tune in, the more they can charge for commercial
Now,
space.
can we simplify the blame? Can we blame it on the internet?
I thought you were going to the Navy here, but
Well, that was such an opportunity.
Well, no, the
Yeah.
Navy created the internet, right?
no, that was
That was Al Gore. That was Al Gore. You didn't know that was Al Gore.
I know.
He also invented pants.
No, but so the internet came around. Everyone
super
started using
serial.
it. Everyone started getting the information from the internet, and print went away
Yeah, totally.
in theory.
Yeah.
And so now news channels, like there's local news channels, like there's this fucking newspaper in San Antonio that I get every fucking day. There's 10 articles that come on my news feed on Facebook that I'm like, oh, that looks interesting. Let me see what that's about. And I click on it, and they're like, oh, for 99 cents, you can subscribe and read the rest of the
every
article.
newspaper.
Fuck you,
Yeah,
dude.
that's
You.
every newspaper
Fuck
now.
you. And I scroll back, and all it gets the headline.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and I'll give you that. It's
I
because
fucking hate that.
why do I need to wait for you to give me your hour-and-a-half commentary on what the fuck you think because you're on TV and somehow that makes you a subject matter expert?
I feel like
But-
newscasters
Or
are the
I
same.
can go online and find the exact same information in 30 seconds.
Newscasters fall under the same category as weathermen in my book now. They get paid a fuckload of money to be wrong every single day, even though all the information's right there in front of them.
I put newscaster information right where I put movie stars that talk about politics.
Yep.
right in the fucking trash.
Right
Yeah,
there.
that's right where I put 'em.
Fuck
so
yourselves.
how about the kid that sued CNN and got a settlement for the
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
the intimidating the Indian?
I think every single non,
And he's
even
suing
fucking
all of them.
celebrities.
CNN's just the only one to settle so far.
even fucking
That you know
celebrities,
about.
every single person that gets fucking, I don't know, their life ruined by mainstream media nowadays should sue the fuck out of them.
100%. 100%.
Every
It's
single
slander.
person.
Slander's a real fucking problem.
They should, instead of like
You know?
the ambulance chaser lawyers, they should be
you're
fucking
protected-
And by the way,
chaser
it's slander
lawyers.
if they talked about you. If anybody does that to you in print, that's called libel.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're talking about the right thing.
Yeah.
That's why we classify everything we talk about as satire.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have
My
also
entire
told you that
life is
we,
satire.
we have also admitted here at the Warfighter Tobacco Studios that we are mediocre at best, which
Yes.
means that
And not
probably
experts at anything.
Our information and our opinion
Yeah.
falls
Don't come
in
to
there
us
as
for
well.
your fucking news.
No, please come to us for your news.
Oh my god!
Oh, God,
You will literally get unbiased opinions.
Come to us. Come
And
to
it's-
us
Yeah.
for your media.
And it's opinions because pretty much everything we know about anything that's going on, if it didn't fit in a tweet, we probably didn't read the shit. So
I don't even know how to tweet, so
Well, have
you
you?
have to try to say everything that you want to say in like 160 characters.
Well, have you
or
ever
something?
tweeted?
No.
What about twatted?
I might have twatted once or twice.
See, then you're halfway there.
I don't know.
Yeah. you kinda
Because
get
almost everybody on Twitter that tweets is a twat.
I twatted in the sense if I drank a whole lot of whiskey a couple nights and I don't really
That's
know
Twitter.
what it was called.
No,
it. Rob, what
That's-
are you doing?
It'd be considered a twat.
That's that's Twitter
You're
right
twatting.
there. That's all of Twitter.
Freaking me out.
It's essentially everybody on Twitter has just enough to drink to think that people want to hear what they have to say. Like,
Speaking of drinking,
yeah, what the fuck
Yeah,
are you boys
boys.
drinking?
Yeah.
what we
We're
drinking?
all drinking the same
We're
fucking thing, so we
behind
can
the
round
curve
this
on
up.
this?
I know,
Yeah.
What
right?
are we drinking? What are we smoking?
Yeah.
Oh, so today, Scott decided to try something new. I've never had it before. I don't know if you
pretty
guys
good.
have or not.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But it's
I'd drink it.
It's a
I seen it was Texas.
it's made in Texas.
Super
it's
Texas.
called 1835 bourbon.
Independence here.
And on it has a cannon and come and take it.
I'm into that.
Yeah, it's Texas made.
I read it and I'm like, you know what? I will take it.
1835.
Yeah, it's out of
Give us
Louisville,
money.
Texas. Yeah, that's about all I know about this.
It's bourbon. It's 90 proof. It's
Yeah,
delicious.
It fucking tastes great.
Yeah.
Tastes great.
So what are you smoking, boys? So we go around the
God,
horn.
I
We'll start
have
with the terp over there.
I
What are you
have to
smoking?
Tell you guys something, but I can't do it on air yet. Fuck, I forgot
Hey,
to
well,
say
just hold on.
beforehand.
I am smoking a 556 Garrison Corojo in Toro. And my backup is a 762 Garrison Rosado in 660.
That 5.56, man. It's fucking.
I know.
It's money.
I decided to change it up a little bit today.
I changed it up as well, man. I went with the Garrison 762.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Rosado?
The Rosado.
Yep.
Yeah, I decided to go for something a little different. It's wonderful. Thank you.
Gramps over here is on the 50 cal. Fucking
I-
smoking the biggins.
I changed it up today too. I just finished off a Victory, And
that's a good fucking cigar
yeah,
right
it
there.
was a
God
bad day.
damn.
So
I think I've had the pleasure of smoking 2 or 3 of those at this point.
I've had one, and I enjoyed it.
Well, every single one of them has actually been awesome because they've all been gifts from the boys here at Warfighter, and they've always been for something cool that happened. And you've let me
usually
smoke them with you. So
like, oh yeah, here's a cigar or whatever. But if something like there's an occasion or I don't know,
I think on our podcast where we went through them all, and you guys busted out the old victory.
Yeah,
I think that was my third one.
That was my first.
That was my third one, and the first two, they were actually both celebratory cigars. You gave me one when I got married.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And then you gave me another. Something actually happened with y'all. And you gave me
our
one.
Freedom Party.
Yeah.
The Freedom Party. Yeah, that's right. I guess I have had 2 then.
No, it wasn't. no, because they smoked 50ths at the Freedom Party. That you didn't.
Yeah.
No, it was before that because it was even before I was at Grunt Style. You gave me one.
I
Something
smoked
happened
a lot
with
of
y'all.
cigars that day.
And,
I don't remember.
It was pretty great. But that's
Drank a lot
damn
of
good
whiskey
cigar.
then.
Drinking was involved.
Lots of
I'm positive of that.
Also,
How about you, Jazz? What do you got over there?
I shook it up, man. You know I'm a huge fan of that 5.56, but today I went to the 7.62 Garrison.
Yeah. So we're on the same fucking train then.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's decided to break the mold, see how it felt.
Yeah. Feels good.
Yeah.
Feels
It's good. It's not as good as the 5.56.
Yeah. I'm a
But,
big 762 field guy.
Both are entirely worth your money and can be found at warfightertobacco.com.
Yes.
Yeah.
But and I believe
Warfighter, give us money. Oh wait.
I believe if you put in the code FreedomFriends at
everything. I have my wallet.
there you go.
Ready? You catch the moths.
But I believe at warfightertobacco.com the code FreedomFriends still gets you 15% off. I think you finally
15%
changed it
off.
because it used to get you 12,
And
but
I
nobody can
saw
remember
it,
why
and
the
I
fuck that was. So, yeah.
You guys did a thing with Club Grunt Style. I saw a
we
thing.
did.
Yeah. If
We
you're a
did.
club member, you get 15% off as well then, huh?
You do with a special discount.
Yeah. You have to be a club member to
You have to
find
be
out.
a club member to get that.
Can't give that out on the air. You got to be a club member to get it. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, we there's a couple companies that we do the club member discounts with. Grunt
Warrior
Style is one of
companies.
them.
Yeah.
And it works out great because not only are you getting the amazing products from the companies, and you're also getting discounts to a whole bunch of other shit too.
Yeah.
And I know there's way more discount
Big
codes than
thing
just ours that's on there.
big thing I like about those club programs from any of the veteran companies and stuff that run them is a lot of times you can discover other brands that you didn't know existed that are like they're high quality brands, but they're
100%.
also like
Yeah.
veteron and patriotic oriented and stuff like that. when
That's
you
how
start
I
getting
learned
into
about like
those and,
combat flip flops. Was through another company.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
yeah.
Those only
That's how I learned about
shout
you
out
guys.
to Combat flip flops. They're literally the only flip flops I've owned for the past 5 years.
Yeah. They're the only ones I've rocked.
Combat
They
flip
last-
flops give us money.
Like I had a pair of Combat
Yeah,
flip
fucking
flops
for
that
real.
lasted for like
Or
3
just some flip-flops.
years, and
Oh,
I've
yeah.
never had a pair
Yeah,
of
just
flip
flip flops because like because the money goes to giving like girls like
No,
teaching girls in Afghanistan.
Yeah, schooling Afghan kids. Like,
Yeah, it's
What's,
fucking cool.
what's
I
the
need some new
saying?
flip flops, man, because I stepped on a pop top.
Bad for.
What the fuck was it? Worse for fighting? No.
Oh yeah,
Bad for
Bad for
running,
running,
worse
worse
for
for fighting.
fighting.
Yeah. Bad for running, worse for fighting.
Mikey got my joke.
I got it. It was good. I like it.
But no, I had my first set for like 3 years, and then I finally had a blowout on them. I'm like, oh fuck! So I bought another pair. What?
He got the other half. Had a blowout on his flip flop.
Had a blowout.
So I got another pair, and then I couldn't believe how much they wore down until I fucking put the new pair on. I'm like, holy fuck!
Yeah.
Like these other ones, Jesus Christ! But they took a beating. But yeah, I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, before that I was always a reef guy. Always
so
like reefs.
I always wanted to get those reefs because they had the bottle opener on the bottom.
Those are
of
like
the
the
flip flop.
most comfortable flip flops I ever owned for a long time.
I have some Clark's ones that are pretty amazing.
In theory, having a bottle opener on your flip flop, it sounds amazing, right?
There's not
Until
enough
you
rigidity
realize-
to try and open a beer, though.
No, it's like a metal.
No,
right, but the rest of the flip flop is
Yeah,
flexy.
But then when you really think of it,
it's
like,
pretty hard. It
when
works.
I'm wearing flip flops, like I'm walking into the shittiest of grody fucking
Yeah.
beach bar bathrooms and all this
dude,
nasty,
like-
and then I'm gonna open my beer and put it on my mouth, like
Yeah.
no.
And most of the beer I'm drinking has twists anyways. It's fucking
I
silly.
know. But you're gonna be cool. You're like, look, my flip flop does this, and they're like, oh, you just
You know
got
who-
aged.
I had one that had
Do you know who can
I had
teach you how
one
to
that
do
had a
that?
fucking
Georgie can square you
Georgie
away.
would do that. I had
She just
one
uses
I had
his
one
toes.
that had a flask in it. It was a flask flip flop. It was made by Reef, and it had like a little fucking measuring line on the side.
This is a horrible fucking idea.
It was a terrible idea, but sure as fuck, my stupid ass living in Southern California at the time.
Like that idea so bad he dropped his cigar.
Yeah.
That was fucking.
Like, and it was like in the curve of the inside of your foot, there was a little fucking cap that unscrewed, and you would drink out of your fucking flip flop. And, then in retrospect,
This is gross as opening your fucking beer.
it might be
That's
worse.
worse.
Like you're
literally putting your mouth on your
on
shoe.
your shoe.
Arabs would be very disappointed in
Dude.
you.
Jesus Christ.
Frat boys everywhere, though, were fucking stoked on those. There was another one that had like a one-hitter in it. It was like you
You know
open
what?
up the
I'm
back
sorry.
end.
Grow the
and
fuck
it had
up
a
and
pen.
figure out that you can put booze in a Camelback. Like,
Yeah, right? Like, fuck.
Or just fucking...
Or,
Carry a bottle around.
Yeah, or just,
Plus, by the way,
a glass.
that's
also
why
works.
I'm utterly convinced that's why they invented Yeti cups.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what?
Those fucking
So
tumblers,
the
the
guy,
steel
the guy
tumblers.
didn't want to drink out of his shoe anymore.
Have you guys ever seen? And I
These
can't,
fuckers.
I
Those
can't remember
guys.
the name of the company, but they make a lid for Yeti cups that holds like 5 shots of booze.
It's
It
got a
has
button.
a button, and you
I
push
have
a
'em.
button and it.
Flask cap, fucking great product.
Yeah,
Use it every
give us
time I
money.
golf. Give us fucking money. You're
That
awesome.
thing, I saw an ad for that, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my god!
Yeah.
I think this just changed my life."
I have 2 at home.
So
I have
wait a
2 of them
minute.
at home. My only downfall is they
So let me
only
get this
fit on the
straight.
20 ounce.
So let me get this straight. I can put it on a 20-ounce tumbler,
Uh-huh.
fill my tumbler with sweet tea,
Yep.
put
And then-
bourbon in the lid.
Yep.
And,
And
you
then-
push a button, and it just drops a
Every
shot.
time you push the button, it drops half a shot down into your glass.
But it's like morphine in a hospital. You gotta
you can only hit it so many times.
Yeah.
yeah, all 5 are in one. Every time.
Yeah. I use it every time I golf.
Jazz's wheels are fucking turning big time right
Telling
now.
I'll bring it in. I'll bring it out. Show it to you. It's magical. It's magical.
Or
Because just like you, I saw like the fucking Instagram
Yeah, and I was
fucking
like,
and I was
Shut
like,
up
Or-
and take my money.
yeah. Did you buy it? Did you get
No, I
one?
didn't because I scrolled past it. And
Oh, I fucking got
think I
one.
was drunk when I saw it.
Flask
or
cap.
I could just take my 32-ounce tumbler to the golf course and have 32-ounce cocktail instead of 20-ounce cocktail.
Correct.
No, but you fill the lid for your backup.
Yeah, but it only fits on a 20 ouncer.
Yeah, you see my problem?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think you're picking up my problem.
yeah. I'm supposed to.
Because my golf bag
That's
has,
my only beef
has one
with
of
it.
those like foil-lined pockets that's supposed to keep your water bottle cold.
So there's the golf. So I gave John and Scott a golf bag a while back, a set of clubs.
Yeah.
And it's a Corbel champagne.
You know,
club
which is
bag.
designed to
set
hold
of
a bottle.
clubs,
It's designed to hold a fucking bottle.
those set of clubs that you gave us
Uh-huh.
actually allowed us to win something in our only golf tournament that we've ever played in
Yeah.
together.
Dude,
Yeah.
they're good.
We
Were you
won
playing
a
in the
pro-
shortest drive contest?
We won a prize for
Those are
coming
good
in
clubs.
last place.
Fuck yeah.
I believe we talked about it on this and
Yeah.
had the prize sitting here.
Yeah.
This is what
We
this is
thought
what
we were
happens
doing-
when we drink. And
Was
do
this?
Yeah. No, it was
No,
that,
we won that in a raffle.
No, is that?
Oh, that's right. You went out and raffle. Oh, was that?
Yeah,
that ocean scene.
the ocean
the
scene
ocean
that
scene.
played
That thing's
music
awesome.
and shit.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It's outstanding.
I think it's time for some Sono shit, boys.
I
Do
heard
it.
you have
I
a
heard
good
you.
Sono shit.
I heard there's a mandatory story that must be told so that we can further your
Yeah, we walked
possibility
in
of divorce here.
and our production team, Justin,
my wife
was
knows
like,
about this
oh,
one."
by the way, Mikey, you have to tell that story.
This show is
And I'm very disappointed in you for not
This
telling
show
it
is-
so far.
So, boys, I think it's time for a Sono shit story.
I got your back.
There's again, this happened in another country. A little closer to home, though.
Yeah, not Japan.
This was a Mexico story.
Oh,
Don't we technically own Japan?
I think so.
And how this story came about this weekend, I was with Justin, as I had mentioned before. I was talking about sciatic pain. Sitting around bullshitting, talking about how like sciatic pain was the worst pain I'd ever fucking had. And I was like, I've been shot, stabbed, blown up, going. And I was like, and that shit was the worst. He's like, you've been stabbed? And I was like, yeah, I got stabbed in Mexico. And he was like, what? Do tell. So this is the story of me getting stabbed in Mexico. So no shit, there I was.
Where in Mexico?
Tijuana, of course. Fucking TJ. So a night out drinking, a buddy of mine had came into
They have
town.
bananas there too.
We went down to they have donkey shows there. That's even more fucking right. Fuck a banana show. The donkey show is where it's at.
Remind me of
You
donkey
feel bad
shows.
for the donkey show. You feel bad for the donkey.
Pong show.
I'm gonna back you up with a secondary Sono shit.
Yeah.
Remind me of donkey shows when you're done, or somebody on here remind
Pong
me.
show.
Don't forget.
Pong show in Boys Town.
I was a donkey show coordinator for a while.
Woo! Wow, your story
Yes.
just got Trump, son.
No,
Yeah, I
no,
kinda
no,
wanna hear
because
this.
it's total bullshit. But I got a lot of people to believe it.
Oh.
So
I thought you were being serious, and I was like, "You can shut up, Mikey. We're transitioning stories."
Oh, yeah, I was done. I was
Because
done
there's no
talking.
fucking way your story's better.
I was
than this.
done talking. Yeah.
Mikey, I don't want to cut you off. You go, because yours is a true story.
Yeah, but you already
Mine's a
shit
true
all
story.
over his story.
Mine's a true story based off of bullshit.
God damn.
Okay.
You can't come in and go like,
can't
well,
follow that.
I used to be a donkey show coordinator.
Now explain that.
Right?
Like,
Fuck,
holy
like, I'm
shit.
out.
Okay,
Like,
you want me to make it quick, real quick?
Yes.
Okay.
so that your story can be boring as fuck now.
No, because Mikey's story is going to be great. So my story starts.
No, because even Mikey's looking at you going,
My story starts about 2007 when I moved back to Boston. And when I moved back to Boston, my Arizona ID, it doesn't expire
Still
until you're
hasn't expired.
65.
Yeah.
So it expired in like fucking 2047 or some shit. I can't remember. Whatever. So I ended up getting a mass ID, but I didn't for the longest time until I had to. And that made my story even better. I used to go to the bar with my buddy Adam, and we'd just go sit in the bar and hang out. And you talk to girls, and you need to have like an opening line. You need to have something like an attention grabber, right?
Instead of
Instead
I'm a
of
Navy
just being
SEAL.
like, yeah, right. So instead of I'm a Navy SEAL, it was
donkey show coordinator.
yeah. And my buddy Adam, every single time I go down this road, Adam was just like,
He might
"Dude,
not
are you
close, but
fucking
his
kidding
ability
me?"
to open is fucking
It
legendary.
was amazing. And I used to do that. Like, oh, so what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm a donkey show coordinator. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, like the donkey shows. I coordinate, and they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah. So in Mexico, you have these donkey shows, and essentially what it is they bring a donkey on these stages, and they have this girl come up, and the donkey kind of bangs the girl on the stage, and everyone pays a whole bunch of money for it.
The fuck? The donkey
It's a
show I
very
went to, the
lucrative
fucking donkey was
business
catching.
or on border towns or in Mexico.
You went to the wrong donkey show, bro.
Yeah, and so I tell him like I'm spending a lot of time up in New England right now because it's not a thing that's done around here. So I'm scouting out prospective locations for this, and we have a stable of donkeys, and we're just trying to find good venues to have this happen. And they're like, shut the fuck. Like, no, you're fucking not. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, look. And I show him my Arizona ID, and I'm like, I'm from Arizona, and I'm up here. And Adam's like, yeah, he's just up here visiting, and we go through this whole fucking thing. And it was awesome because we get one of two reactions. Like, oh my God, that's the craziest thing I ever fucking heard. Let's do a shot. Or you're fucking retarded. And they'd leave. And either way, Adam and I would die laughing. We'd get another fucking drink and have a great night. Until like,
By the way, it's not bestiality, it's interspecies erotica.
That's right. That's
until
right.
like 2.5 years later, Adam and I are sitting in a bar one night, and this fucking chick walks in, and she's like, "You're the dude that's the donkey show coordinator," and we both fucking lost it. We lost it because like, oh, it's fucking great.
It's always good when a joke pays off.
Full circle, baby. Full circle.
But yeah, so that
She
was
told
my
all of her friends.
my experience of me when I was a donkey
She had
show
a resume
coordinator.
I met
ready to
this
go
fucking
for
guy.
years.
Right?
And what he does for a living is she gets girls to fuck donkeys.
She had her resume
It was
ready.
disgusting.
Stand
I know.
by.
Yeah, he didn't
She
even,
told
he didn't
somebody,
even,
and
he
they were
didn't
like-
even
Google you.
ask
They were
me
like-
my credentials.
Do you have his number? Because I could use some mini horse dick.
How much does it pay?
I've got this bachelor party coming up.
And
So sorry for stepping on
no,
yours,
no,
but,
dude, no. By all means,
when
donkey
you
show
brought up
coordinator
donkey
is
show,
good.
I haven't heard of a donkey show in fucking probably since I was in Boston. I was like, oh,
Last one you coordinated.
I know.
Yeah, since the last time you were at one coordinating it. So, my buddy comes into town. I was stationed in Pendleton, and I was like, I was not 21. He was 21, but I was like 20 still, and I was like, let's go to Tijuana so I can get fucking drunk with you out in bars. And he's like, all right, fuck it, let's go to TJ. So we get down to TJ, and we did not go to the donkey show. I may have ran into you. You never know.
I've probably seen you down there.
If we ever tell this story, I could be like, yeah, that's how I met him.
He was coordinating shows. And
He
I
was
was
coordinating
attending.
shows, and I was just watching. but-
Last one I went to had a backstage pass.
So,
yeah, he did. He fucking put me on the list. He caught me when I walked up to the bar.
It's fucking great. Went backstage, met the talent.
And then I saw the girl when she came out.
Very nice lady.
so the main drag down there in Tijuana is called Revolution Avenue, and you go down to Revolution, and it's just bars and clubs and shit, and there's like
herpes.
Probably a lot of herpes. Yeah,
A
yeah.
whole bunch of lady
Well,
boys.
there's one place called Analitas. Now, Analitas is a famous whorehouse.
It's also properly pronounced anal eaters.
It's not, but it should be. But the problem with it being
For all you people in Boston, that's,
anal eaters.
anal eaters.
Anal eaters.
What are you, an anal eater? Yeah, is that what?
You're an anal eater.
Yeah,
Yeah, I eat ass too. What's up?
tastes like nickels.
We were talking about this earlier. Anyways, so we're down on Revolution Avenue, and we were at Analitas.
You ever put your tongue on a 9
because
volt?
Analitas, it's like a butthole. You know you're not supposed to, but you're gonna put your tongue on it. All right. We're at Analitas because it's a famous place. It's also a very cool bar to hang out.
Getting any better
And
the
it's
more you
cheap.
say it.
So we go to Analitas, and we're just sitting there drinking, and my buddy is like, I'm getting a hooker. And I'm like, go get a hooker, dude. Do you, boo-boo. I'm not, because I'm in Tijuana, and I ain't fucking Tijuana hookers. That ain't happening, right?
And I don't want herpes.
Yeah, right? Like, fucking...
Or
nope.
an anal eater.
Or an anal eater, yeah. Wow.
Wow. I was 20. It was young.
I mean, so he leaves, goes gets a hooker. I continue sitting there drinking. Hookers come up, they talk to you. Strippers come up, they talk to you. You guys know the whole rigmarole. Anybody who's ever been to a strip club knows that's what it's like.
Well, we're all going to be in Vegas in like a week, which is...
Yeah, I don't know about it. I'm kind of
Dude.
over strip clubs unless it's the Yellow
So-
Rose.
Unless it's Yellow Rose. So I've only been to a Vegas strip club once, but the Circle Bar and the Venetian.
That is a whorehouse.
Oh my god,
Is it?
dude!
No, everybody that drinks there is a whore.
Oh.
Yeah, but then it's all whores at about 2:00 in the morning. It's all whores
It's all
because
A-type dudes.
but you forget you're going for SHOT Show. So
Yeah,
what you
totally
think
different
is going to be
crowd.
all horse
Yeah.
sitting there is going to be about 2,500 dudes that look like Mikey and I,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
No, I
gun
know.
industry whores.
and not a fucking single female in
Dude.
sight.
I will. At some point, I'll tell you the story about the.
No,
Fucking,
I'm sure the whores are stretching right now, man. They know that fucking scumbags are
Yeah,
coming.
the shot show's coming.
Holy fuck. They're like doing kegels all day. So he comes back, and at this point, I'm fucking out of money. Right? I've been sitting there drinking, waiting on him, and he's gone for like a fucking hour.
Now you're in the military at this point, right?
Yeah.
What
I'm
rank
active
So
are
you were
in
out
the
of money when you
military?
showed
I
up.
was a sergeant
Oh, okay.
at this point. I was an E5.
I was thinking you're like some PFC
Yeah.
or
So he was
like
out of money when he showed up at
Lance.
the bar.
No, I was a corporal. I was an E4. I was a
Yeah.
corporal.
So
Like,
you were
I
out of
guess-
money when you showed up
see
at the
I
bar.
was
Lance
definitely- I was
Cooley
definitely
going
out of
down
money.
there.
Yeah.
Throwing some
so
weight around.
You started drinking and had $20.
Yeah. I was fucking pretty fucking poor. And he comes
Congress,
back.
give them money.
He comes back and he's like, all right, man. He's like, I was like, so how'd that go? And he was like, he was happy with his purchase, I guess.
Make E4s great again.
He was happy with his purchase, I guess. But I was like, all right, man, it's time to roll. It's getting late. Let's get out of here. And he's like, all right. And I was like, you got money for a cab? And he's like, no, because I had to keep paying for extra time, so I'm kind of broke. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, you know what? There's an ATM up the street. Not a big deal.
Were you guys cabinet to like a place to stay or cabinet back?
Cabinet back to the border.
Okay.
Because what you do is you drive down,
Yeah,
part of the
yeah.
border, walk across,
Yeah, you don't
jump in a
drive to
cab.
Mexico.
Yeah.
I would just make sure you
Oh,
guys
fuck
weren't
no,
trying to
dude.
stay the night in
Dude,
Tijuana.
you jump in a fucking cab in Mexico, bro. It's literally fucking, we live, we die, we live again. It is Mad Max Fury
Yeah.
fucking road.
Bring your silver spray paint.
Bro, dude, they are fucking mediocre. They're fucking crazy, dude. So it's nuts.
DR's the same way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's
yeah.
just like, I think the car fits here. We are not in a lane.
Like, dude, this is a sidewalk.
Yeah.
Like, they
It's
are
fine.
fucking
And if you're not on the
lunatics.
horn, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. So I wanted to get tacos anyways. My favorite taco spot's next to the border. So I was like, yeah, let's fucking go back. It's all
Yeah.
good.
Shocker. Tacos are decent in Mexico.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fucking delicious.
There's news that's not a spin.
And so I go to this ATM, and the ATM was cool. It was like an enclosed ATM, so you had to like walk in, and then the door locked, and then you
Yeah.
were in a room by yourself.
Like it is in every country but ours.
That's
Yeah,
a true
there's some,
story.
but-
Or the South Side.
yeah.
It's a true story.
So I swipe my card, grab money, whatever, and as I'm walking out, some dude runs by and punches me in the chest, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I immediately just hit him, and just like, because he just run up and punched me in the chest, so I fucking hit him, and I drop him, fucking lay him out cold. His buddy runs up at me, and before he gets 3 steps, my buddy fucking right crosses his ass, drops this dude fucking out cold. Their other buddy sees this, runs the fuck away. We're like, what in the fuck was that about? No fucking clue.
Trying to mug you.
And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And my boy's like, turns white as a ghost. And he's like, Mikey? And I was like, yes. And he goes, you have a knife sticking out of your chest. I was like, excuse me, what? And I looked down. Sure as fuck. There was a pocket knife sticking out of my goddamn chest right here. And I'm like, huh. Will you look at that? There's a knife in my fucking chest. And he was wearing like a fucking flannel jacket. I was like, can I borrow that? And he's like, yeah. So I put it on. Me knowing me, I'm not pulling it out. Yeah. I'm leaving that fucker in there. I put it on.
You just fold it down so it doesn't poke out as much.
No, I just fucking kept it in. Didn't touch the motherfucker. Well, this is right after 9/11 happened, right? So they had metal detectors set up at the border. So we get to the border, skip the tacos. Unfortunately, okay. We get to the border and I'm like, "Hey, man," talking to the border patrol guy. I'm like, "I'm not making it through the fucking metal detector," and he's like, "What do you mean?" And I fucking move this jacket, and he sees the knife sticking out of my chest. He goes, "Get the fuck over here right now!" And so I come walking on through, and there's an Air Force doc there. For some reason, there was an Air Force medic. I didn't know that they stationed them at the border.
Post 9/11, Air Force was pulling a lot of security at checkpoints, like airports and all that shit. They were stationed at.
So there was like this.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
There was this Air Force medic there, and he's like, "Huh." And I was like, "Can you pull this out?" He goes, "Nope, I'm not touching it, man." He goes, "You did the right thing, not pulling it out." He's like, "We're gonna bring you to a hospital. Let me call an ambulance. What hospital would you like to go to?" And I was like, "Take me to Balboa. Balboa Naval Medical Center is right there." So they put me in a hospital. They put me in a thing. I give my buddy my keys. I was like, "See you at the house." I was like, "Go to Balboa and fucking meet me." So he basically chased the ambulance there. I get to Balboa, and it was just like those like keychain pocket knives, that have like
you just like folded it down.
So I probably could have, but so it was only like the blade's only like 1.5 inches long, and it was stuck in me, and it missed all the fucking vital things. It missed like my fucking
probably mostly muscle that it fucking hit.
Yeah. And so
I mean, your pectorals, even on a small guy's fucking 1 inch thick.
Yeah, so like it was,
Well,
so
maybe
hurt.
not Justin. I think his actually go in.
I got fucking. So I ended up getting 10 stitches on my chest because I got stabbed by a fucking Mexican asshole in
10
Tijuana.
stitches, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I just got like 10 stitches right here.
I got one of those in my arm.
So I have like a cool little scar right here.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's the story of me getting
nice
stabbed in Tijuana.
See, that's way better than
Getting
me
stabbed
being a donkey
sucks.
show
Yeah, dude.
I've got one on my arm.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
It's no good.
It's fucking awful.
Yours is probably from fucking crazy bitches.
No.
I've been stabbed once in my
That's a
life.
defensive wound, sir.
Yeah, it's right here. It's fucking.
I've been stabbed once in my
there.
life, and it's from my mom. And it was with a carving fork because I tried to grab a piece of turkey on Thanksgiving about 10 years ago.
Oh, so you fucking
my
had that
family,
shit
dude.
And I
coming.
reached over, and she was like, skink with a fork, and it stuck right in my hand. I'm like, Ma! She's like, don't touch the turkey. I'm like, never doing it again. Wrap my hand
That'll
up.
learn
I'm like,
you.
what the fuck?
I got stabbed in the knee by a pencil when I was in like 8th grade. I was like fucking with my buddy's books. I was like kicking him under his desk. And credit to him, Scott Mosier, if you're out there, I haven't talked to you in fucking years, but I still got the mark, man. Fucking, he just turned around and fucking, and like stuck me in the knee.
I got stabbed in this elbow with a fork. That was from a crazy bitch.
Reminds me of
stabbed
Hot
with
Tub Time Machine.
Yeah,
He's
got
like, you
stabbed
get
with a-
stabbed in the fucking eye tonight.
Yeah, I got stabbed with a fucking fork. No, the one on my arm was not. That was not from a crazy bitch. That was from a drag race where the dude won't pay.
I thought you said drag queen. I thought it was drag queen.
I know. I was like,
For
it's
somebody
like
who didn't pay.
a drag race, huh?
Yeah.
So, well, fuck.
Well, I think.
I think what we've learned today is don't trust the media.
You gonna try to know anything?
No.
Okay.
I do want to say one thing.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I've been forgetting to mention this on the podcast.
This is wisdom from the
and
war.
The it's nothing to do with war.
Jesus passed this down through Scott. they used to be buddies.
Yeah.
What was Plato like?
Hanging out before the Dead Sea got sick.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. We're good.
No, go ahead.
No, you've been meaning to mention it on the podcast. Go for it, buddy. We got you. We love you.
The government passed a have to be 21 to purchase any tobacco law a couple weeks ago, and I want to apologize to all of our military guys who smoked our cigars, who I can't ship them to now. It's our personal belief is it's complete bullshit.
Yeah.
I think if you're, so
if you're old enough to take a bullet for the fucking country, man, you should be able to have a fucking cigar and a drink.
So
if
here's
you
my
want
thing:
to.
it's either 18 across the board or 21 across the board. But
So
stop fucking selecting.
Here's a hypothetical though. Say you're 20 and you get in trouble for smoking a cigar, and they charge you as an adult.
Yeah.
For doing something, you know what I mean? Like, fuck you. I'm either an adult or I'm not. You pick, motherfucker.
My biggest issue with how they did that.
Well, I believe the wording is actually that it's 21 to purchase.
No, possess.
Yeah.
Really?
My biggest issue with how they did that is, so look at it from a retailer's point of view for a second, right? I'm a cigar shop. I'm a fucking gas station. Fuck a cigar shop. I'm a gas station, right? I have fucking 16-year-olds running my registers, making absolute minimum wage that don't give two fucks about anything except, are you 18 or above, right?
Yeah.
They don't even have the placards to put up the date stamps.
They
that are
passed it and
changed.
Literally went into effect that day.
Yeah.
But there's nothing. So not
bullshit.
only is it the retrain that all of these, tens of thousands of retail locations have to do to train their employees up to 21.
What it really comes down to, it's not that. It comes down to stop picking and choosing when you're an adult and when you're not.
Yeah.
But
Like,
now,
so at 18,
You get these fucking idiots that are like 16-year-olds should be able to vote.
right? But at 18, I have to
fuck you.
I have to pay taxes, have to join selective service.
At 18, I can adopt a child.
Yeah, can get married, can adopt a child,
but now
can do all these things, but I can't have a beer or smoke a cigar
states
until I'm
horseshit.
21. So
Certain
my thing is
states-
either you make it 21 across the board. It's 21 to do any of it. Can't join the service until you're 21. Can't get married until you're 21. Can't vote till you're 21. Don't have to pay taxes till you're 21. How about can't accrue debt until you're 21? So you can't take out a student loan.
Yeah, you
Till
can't
you're
have a credit
21
card.
years old.
Yeah.
Can't have a credit card.
Yeah.
Can't do any of that.
Because you're not able to make a
Because
a
you
good
can't make a
decision.
sound decision as a legal adult. So we either make it 21 across the board or make it 18 across the board. But picking and choosing what you're responsible enough to do
I agree.
at any given age is stupid, and it's pandering to an incredibly small section of society that are getting butthurt because 16-year-olds were able to buy fucking jewels and hang out at fucking school and smoke in the bathrooms on these bullshit little vaporizers.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden that's going to impact the consumption age of an entire fucking industry because parents refuse to parent. So now the government needs to step in and make cigars and cigarettes and
That's
everything
some
21 years
socialist
old.
bullshit.
Now let's touch back on the smoking in school, vaping in schools, right? I remember it's statute of limitation fucking
Smoking
definitely
in the
applies
boys'
here.
room.
I remember smoking cigarettes and fucking smoking weed in high school
In the bathroom.
and not getting fucking caught.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
How
Totally.
the fuck are you fucking literally smoking a USB and getting caught?
Dude,
like,
I was
come on,
staying.
dude.
I was staying after hours for my motor shop.
We used to
My
get
motor,
smoking
my shop class, helping rebuild a fucking hot rod for my shop class after school, smoking cigars on property at fucking 16 years
Bro,
old.
my high school
and wasn't getting
had a
fucking
smoking
caught.
area.
And these fucking
We had a smoking area.
And
We
these-
smoked between classes.
these
with the
sons of
teachers.
bitches are getting popped for
My
carrying
math
around a
teacher
flash
used to-
drive.
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking serious?
My high school did have a daycare. That's true. I went to an
Where the
alternative
fuck
high
did
school.
you go to high
I went to
school?
an alternative high school.
So-
My high school had a daycare and a smoking area.
What it really boils down to is
Yeah.
stop picking and choosing when somebody's a fucking adult. Either make it 18 or make it 21. But this fucking picking and choosing bullshit
true.
doesn't fucking fly.
Or at
it's
least
not how this works.
At least if you're gonna do it, right? If you're gonna raise the smoking age or the age to buy or purchase or possess or however you want to say it to 21, if you're gonna do that,
Don't sneak it in like a bitch.
do it in a way where there's a very clear process
And a
for
cutoff
everybody that has to be accountable to enforce this, to be able to be accountable, meaning the retailers and all these
Sure,
places.
but you're dealing with a logistics issue. I'm talking about the actual
No,
idea
but
of picking
yeah.
an age just arbitrarily
Yeah.
because of
No,
whatever.
I agree with you on that 100%, but that's already been done. So let's focus on what we have right now. So we have a law that the FDA is supposed to be able to have a trickle-down effect to let local law enforcement enforce. But there's no clear-cut way for them to enforce it. Now, mind you, also, there's certain states that
Oh, and by the
have-
way, you can become a cop at 18.
Well,
so
they-
you could actually be
Yeah.
less than the legal age to enforce the law to tell somebody that they can't do something.
but
That's some
also,
bullshit.
right?
No, you gotta be 21
You
usually
don't.
to be a
You
cop.
have states.
you just can't get accepted. You can be 18 and be a cop. You can totally apply to the academy straight out of high school.
Yeah, probably.
You have states that have states' rights, right? And so essentially what that means is there's a way that states can say, yes, federally, that's one thing. But in our state, we're doing it differently. Look at Colorado. Look at Massachusetts. Look at all these states that legalize weed for recreational
They did,
uses.
and then they were getting raided. Because the thing is that you can make a law more strict than the federal. You
Yeah.
can't actually make it less strict
But
than the
these-
federal and have it be
these states
enforceable.
have their
It's
own
still,
sovereign rights.
Like
they
weed,
have their
for instance,
own,
is still a Schedule
they
1
used to.
drug.
Yeah.
We don't anymore.
No, they still do. Yeah, they do. So now all
Dude,
these
if that was
states,
the case, all those raids wouldn't have happened.
but all these states right now are starting to raise tobacco ages and putting in laws as of after that, after the December law was passed.
Now all the states are going to have to just to,
They have to, but there's states that are raising their smoking
A
age
lot
to
of them
19.
are raising them. A lot
Yeah.
of them are raising their. Well, and a lot of them are raising the smoking age to 21 because they have to comply with federal law.
No, I know
now-
that.
And they can't have a lesson.
But there's states that are now introducing bills to raise the smoking age to 19.
Yeah, well,
What
it's
does
all
that do?
bullshit. But
Because there were city ordinances across the country that, like San Antonio, for instance, they've had the fucking 21 smoking age for a while.
It's been about a year.
Yeah. Like
It
so
went
there
into
was-
effect last
So
September.
there were city ordinances that already pushed
Yep.
it.
And the state of Texas this past September went to 21.
Yeah.
With an exception, they grandfathered in people from 18 plus, and they grandfathered in military.
Yeah.
Now, there's no grandfathering in this federal law
Yeah.
in any way, shape, or
And I
form.
think the
period.
military thing, like if you're old enough to serve your fucking country and potentially fight and die, you're old enough to have a cigar
But
and a
there's-
fucking beer if
There's
you want
just so
to,
many
man.
questions about this. So how
Like
does it
I remember
work?
being 17-year-old fucking mad and shit when I was, an active duty Marine, 17 years old. Jazz, you're with me because you were 17 when you joined.
Yep.
And we're the fact that we could fucking literally get called to war and fucking take a goddamn bullet for freedom, but I can't have a fucking
Not
cigar
to
or a
mention-
So
cigarette.
I
Not
joined
to
while I
mention
was
the-
still in high school, and 9/11 happened while I was wearing the uniform at 17 years old.
Yeah.
And
not to mention,
but I couldn't
they
go have a
trust
beer
you
if I was going to get the phone call.
to make the choice to kill for your country.
Yeah.
You know what?
Like,
I think what we have is prime fodder for a debate. So right there, I think we should wrap this one up so we can have this discussion appropriately.
all right.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I like
So
that.
I think on today's episode, what we've learned is don't trust the media because it's media.
Don't
Trust it for
trust-
what it is, which is a fucking story and not news. If you want news, go find both sides of it, form your own opinion.
Don't
And today
That's all
I'm
I'm
gonna I'm gonna include a non-freedom friend today, and that is the U.S. government.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. You're not
go
being a freedom
fucking-
friend.
No.
Yeah.
I think you need to go take a look at where you came from and decide.
Yeah.
Where freedom actually
Remember when
hits.
you started a war because of a 1-cent tax?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get back to that.
about that.
Let's get back to that.
Just remember where we came from, guys. And you're talking to a bunch of people that are like socially liberal as fuck. But
Yeah.
so
Well, it's hard to be socially liberal when you can't do stuff that's social.
I like my coffee
yeah.
black.
So
and
that's the funny part.
Yeah.
But
I like my coffee black and my tea in the harbor.
there you go.
Fucking A.
But,
in the harbor.
In the harbor.
Tea goes
If
in
you're
the
gonna have a
harbor.
donkey show, make sure you find a right coordinator.
That's true.
Don't get stabbed in
I'm
Mexico.
available
Don't
for
get stabbed in
satellite
Mexico.
bookings.
Don't piss off a grandpa by raising the fucking smoking age because he gets testy.
Grandpa's been
And,
drinking. We all know what happens when Grandpa gets
Goddamn
drinking.
right.
When
Holy
grandpa gets
shit.
drinking.
Well, I'm just disappointed I won't be able to share a
You're gonna-
cigar with my kids.
Yeah, you
They're
gotta
right
catch
on the
that.
cusp.
You know what? When they're old enough, Mexico's close, buddy. I'll
So,
go with you.
I'll just
Yeah.
bring him to Nicaragua.
You can bring him down to Mexico. We can go take in a donkey show. He can coordinate it.
Yeah, I'll fucking
know
go
where-
with
Got
you.
some hookups
I
down
know where
there.
we can, we can post 360 security so we don't get stabbed. We'll be
Yep.
fine. All right. So,
You know,
yeah.
what I learned from today's episode is we have enough collective experience to be able to do anything and go anywhere in this entire world,
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
as long
Sure.
as we dedicate
So,
ourselves to it.
and you know what? Right there, that dedication, that's what freedom's all about. So I would like to thank all of you beautiful gentlemen for being my freedom friends. To Rob and Justin, thanks to you guys as
Thanks,
well.
fellas, back there. Production team extraordinaire.
And to all of you wonderful freedom-loving sons of bitches out there in podcast land, fucking this drink's to you too.
Fucking
So,
A.
like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your mom, like we tell you every week. And from here at the Warfighter Tobacco Studios, we would like to bid you to smoke on, drink on.
And forever, freedom the fuck on.
That's what I'm
Fucking
fucking
A.
talking about.
Cheers, boys.
Even if you're
Love you guys.
18.
We'll talk to you later.